Mitakai Raisin, another Joker shirt. This is chapter 3 of the exploration of should the Batman kill the Joker. We humans are peculiar creatures. The stories that we so often enjoy and admire, and even, I don't know, is love too strong a word? These stories often have very divergent ethics. We have deontology. We have utilitarianism. Utilitarianism, I mentioned in the last video, is embodied in the Star Trek universe, embodied most specifically by Mr. Spock and the Vulcan philosophy, which is actually utilitarianism. The good of the many outweighs the good of the few or of the one. So this justifies killing. This justifies acts of destruction so that the maximum good can be achieved for the maximum amount of people, ideally for the maximum amount of time. But those of us who enjoy Star Trek will turn around and also go to the superhero movies where the superheroes do not kill, period. That's the rule. They do not kill. And that is a deontological philosophical structure. And the difference between the two is that utilitarianism says that it's the consequences of the actions which are the most important. So the consequence of, say, killing Khan or any other villain in the Star Trek universe, so that it actually allows people and families and communities and societies to flourish because that villain has been removed. That's the utilitarianism argument. The deontological argument is that some acts are simply wrong, such as killing. Batman often says that if he killed the Joker, that it would take him down that very steep, slippery slope, and he would start killing other people. So, you know, the argument for that is, at least for the utilitarianism point of view, is yeah, so what? Most of the Batman's rogues are mass murderers. So, you know, that doesn't take away from that argument. Now, I mentioned Superman in chapter 1, and that Superman can kill the Joker because Superman has the powers of a god. He could destroy me before I could even finish the snap of that finger, before I could even do a faintest snap, just because he wanted to, and he could be thousands of miles away. He has the power of a god. So yes, he must restrain himself. However, he often fights villains that are super powerful, that are often godlike themselves, you know, lowercase g. So is he justified in killing them? And I would argue yes, at least from the utilitarianism point of view. Batman, being a man of flesh and blood and no superpowers, he doesn't have the fear of going berserk and just laying waste to thousands upon thousands or even hundreds, even dozens of people. We're talking about flesh and blood against flesh and blood. Now, further into these character archetypes, every one of these characters practices some sort of virtue ethics. Even those characters, the anti-heroes, that go on to kill quite a few people, and they're written in such a way and presented in such a way that the audience is supposed to root for them. So their virtue ethic is, this is the person I am, and this is what I have to do to continue to be this person. Same thing with Spock, same thing with Kirk, same thing with Luke Skywalker, same thing with Batman. He's saying, this is the person I am, and this person does not kill. And this discussion is far from over. But I have one more installment for this week. Peace, four fingers. Talk to you soon.